Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. Today, we're taking our trusty little sticky figure protagonist on a climb up a seriously fascinating financial mountain. We are going to explore the invisible thresholds of wealth. Specifically, we'll be looking at what hidden perks and entirely different realities unlock when your net worth hits certain magical milestones. It's like a giant puzzle, and we're going to put the pieces together. Okay, let's dive right into this.
So, here is the roadmap for our journey today. First up, we'll look at the $17.50 bank fee. Then we hit Level 1, $100,000. Next is Level 2, $1 million. After that, we'll explore Level 3, $5 million. And finally, we'll wrap up with the true cost of money.
All right, kicking things off with Section 1, the $1750 bank fee.
So, picture this. You log into your checking account, right? And boom, you notice you've been hit with a $1750 charge. Just a random, annoying monthly service fee for, just having your account open. Now, in the source material we're looking at today, the creator actually goes to the bank in person to ask about this. At first, the banker points out it's just a standard fee. Sure, makes sense. But then, the banker takes a look at the assets held in the account, and you know what? The entire conversation completely shifts.
The banker literally leans in and says, "Hey, come back in a few months from now. I'll be able to waive these fees for you because they're under my discretion." Wow, this right here really sets the stage for a whole explainer today. The core takeaway? Money fundamentally changes the way institutions treat you. To put it bluntly, it is actually incredibly expensive to not have money.
Let's move on to Section 2, Level 1, $100,000, where you start building some serious credibility. Now, this is where the whole dynamic basically flips on its head. Once you cross into six-figure territory, you're no longer just another account number. You start building real, tangible credibility with lenders. Suddenly, you aren't the one crossing your fingers and applying for premium credit cards. They actually start hunting you down. Since your net worth is such a solid proxy for income and creditworthiness, issuers start sending you unsolicited pre-approvals for those top-tier heavy metal cards like the Chase Sapphire Preferred, the Amex Gold, or the Capital One Venture X. They know you fit their ideal profile and they want your spending power. And this new leverage, it extends directly to the big stuff, like buying a car. Because you've built a solid credit profile, kept your debt in check, and have growing income, dealerships absolutely love you. You aren't sitting around drinking stale coffee for 40 minutes while they run the numbers in some back office. No way. You get approved quickly, and you get way better financing rates. Just look at the math here. Securing a 5% interest rate instead of a 7% rate on a $30,000 5-year auto loan literally saves you nearly $2,000 in interest. The dealership knows you can walk away and get a loan elsewhere, so they treat you with way more respect and a lot less pressure. But, it's not just about banks and cars. Hitting 100 grand actually changes your personal ecosystem. At this tier, you finally graduate from those cookie-cutter robo-advisors and automated phone menus. You unlock a personalized touch from actual human financial advisors. But honestly, the biggest shift is in your daily life. You completely stop stressing about splitting the dinner check down to the penny. You're comfortably maxing out your Roth IRA without breaking a sweat. And usually, you kind of become the default money person in your friend group, the one people come to for advice. It's a really fulfilling stage where your financial confidence starts rubbing off on the people around you. Okay, moving right along to Section 3, Level 2, $1 million, where the financial doors just blow wide open. At $1 million, everyday banking as you know it pretty much vanishes. You aren't just getting some $17 fee waived anymore as a favor, you literally enter entirely different divisions of the bank. They're often called private client programs. Instead of dialing a 1-800 customer service number and hoping for the best, you get a direct line to a dedicated relationship manager. Institutions start throwing preferred lending rates, advanced wealth strategies, and invitations to exclusive events your way. Why? Because you're on a clear upward trajectory, and they want to lock in your long-term loyalty before someone else does. Over at the luxury car dealership, well, things have totally shifted there too. First of all, you might just be buying that Porsche, Audi, or BMW fully in cash. Bam. No financing even needed. But even if you do decide to finance, the entire vibe is different. You're getting free premium loaner cars when yours is in the shop, and you're chilling in these ridiculously comfortable zero-pressure dealership lounges. The sales staff aren't aggressively eyeing you like a hawk from across the parking lot the second you pull in. You hold literally all the purchasing power, and everybody in the room knows it. Remember how at 100 grand you unlocked those personalized financial advisors? Well, at $1 million, you don't even have to find them. They find you.
Advisors are actively out there prospecting you. They'll pitch you over a nice round of golf, slide into your LinkedIn messages, or invite you to fancy free dinners. And the math completely makes sense for them now. A standard 1% advisory fee on $1 million is $10 grand a year. But a good advisor is going to earn that fee by doing the really heavy lifting, stuff like deep tax strategy and estate planning with your CPA and attorney.
But here's the catch. It's not just institutions that treat you differently. Your entire social paradigm shifts drastically. When you cross that $1 million mark, people start making assumptions about what you can and can't afford. Friends might casually ask you to invest in their new business ideas. Family members might suddenly, almost silently, expect you to pick up the tab for things you never had to pay for before. And practically speaking, when you stop checking menu prices or don't even blink at a sudden $1,000 emergency, it can really widen the social gap between you and folks who simply can't relate to that financial reality anymore.
All right, let's step up to Section 4, Level 3, $5 million. Welcome to the rich rich. At $5 million, the game just completely flips upside down. You stop having to hunt for opportunities because, honestly, they literally start raining from the sky. And the banking system reflects this absolutely perfectly. Take a look at this comparison. At around $150,000, you might qualify for something like Chase Private Client. But at $5 million, you enter JP Morgan Private Banking. Now, those names sound incredibly similar, right? But that tiny, subtle difference in phrasing represents a vastly, vastly different reality. Because at this tier, we aren't even really talking about banking anymore. We are talking about total lifestyle management. These institutions offer you a concierge who will literally help you hire a personal chief financial officer just to handle your bookkeeping and payroll. They'll help you charter private jets, secure vaults for your fine art and collectibles, and introduce you to whisper-level off-market real estate deals way before they ever hit public sites like Zillow. They are essentially offering to run your entire life and preserve your legacy for your kids and grandkids. Even if you aren't out there chartering jets today, seeing this tier shows you how wealth transitions from just buying luxury items to fully managing your time and legacy. It's a pretty powerful perspective as you map out your own long-term goals. So the absolutely crucial point here is that at $5 million, you unlock things that are legally off-limits to everyone else. You gain a status called a qualified purchaser. This is a formal legal designation by the SEC. And it lets you invest in high-risk, incredibly lucrative vehicles. Think private equity, hedge funds, venture capital, and pre-IPO deals. It is a literal velvet rope. The ultra-wealthy are playing a completely different investment game, governed by an entirely different set of legal rules. Which brings us to our final stop, Section 5, the true cost of money and navigating relationships. When you hit this ultra-high net worth status, the dynamics of your inner circle change, and I mean permanently. Your friends no longer just want your casual money advice on how to split a dinner check or open an IRA. Instead, you'll start finding friends and acquaintances pulling you aside to pitch you. They want you to write $10,000 to $50,000 angel investing checks to capitalize their startups. They want introductions to your powerful new network. You might even get invited to sit on private charity boards or join exclusive investor groups simply because people know you have the extra capital lying around. And this leaves us with a pretty profound, maybe even slightly uncomfortable realization. As you upgrade your network, it becomes increasingly difficult to navigate the true intentions of those around you. You're eventually forced to ask yourself, who is in your life because they genuinely care about you, and who is there just because of your money? It's wild to think about. While climbing the wealth ladder opens these incredible doors, eases your daily friction, and gives you unmatched leverage, it permanently alters the trust and social dynamics of your entire life. Definitely something to chew on as you build your own net worth. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep climbing.